Alright, everybody, welcome to the first ever running of the Midnight Racing League Cup Series. Garrett Jennings up here in the booth as always, bringing you coverage for tonight. And right now, live from the World Center of Racing, Jackson Hunt, Corey Wright, Connor Leach, Gordon Glidewell, Robbie Adams, Andrew Laws, Ethan Sikorsky making his debut tonight for Midnight Racing League 6th, 7th, Kevin Allen. Right now, the man leading the points in the Midnight Racing League Contender Series, who is going for a championship next Friday night. Isaac Smallwood, 9th, and Aaron Stanton right now in the 10th spot. 55 seconds remaining before qualifying gets underway. I talked to a couple drivers during qualifying and before we go green here. So right now, well, we got a moment in the action. We can't talk to a couple drivers here. Let's see, can't talk to DJ Stagner. DJ Stagner, Garrett Jennings up here broadcast, buddy. You got a copy, buddy?
Sure do.
Well, new series tonight. Right now, playoffs for the Contender Series have not gone quite the way DJ Stagner wanted, but new start here tonight. New series, new car. They're rolling off from the place that everybody can get the job done. What is the expectations and the confidence level to get the season started off right here tonight?
I've always been a big plate track enjoyer. I've been lucky over the years and finding myself in the mix late in plate races. So, hopefully, that little streak continues, and we'll look up with 4 or 5 to go, and it's just right in the mix. So that's kind of the expectation here. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be fun.
All right, buddy. I won't keep you long. Only 10 minutes to post 2 laps. Best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
All right, thank you. Appreciate
yes, sir.
it.
Right now, Brent Garber. Right now, the fastest man on the racetrack at the moment. Scratched that Harry Lindmark. 25.1. The first half of the racetrack for Lindmark. And of course, if you're Harry, you're looking for a little bit of redemption tonight. Got disqualified last night in Indianapolis for a restart violation in the Contender Series. He'll come across the line. Time to beat 50.308. Jesse Dawson goes 429. Brent Garber slides it right behind him at an 855. So you're going to see a lot of drivers tonight. First lap's going to be a throwaway lap as far as qualifying goes. Everybody's sizing up that second lap right now. Robbie Adams, 25.4 through the first half of the racetrack. Jackson Hunt, fastest man in practice, 50.512, good enough for third. We're going to keep an eye on Gordon Glidewell here for his lap. First lap across the line for Gordon Glidewell is going to cut the apron. 3.37. Good enough for second for Gordon Glywell. Simon Lindmark off of turn 4 for the conclusion of his first lap. Right there you see laps being the throwaway lap. Jackson Hunt moves back up to third. So this lap here will be a dud. 51.133 for Simon Lindmark. Now he's hugging the apron. Robbie Adams jumps up to second. Harry Lindmark, Adams, Glywell, Hunt, and Bryce Moore rounds out the top 5. Brent Garber, Jesse Dawson, Ryan Seabolt, Gavin Henson, and still, well, was Simon Lindmark in the top 10. Connor Leach right now 13th on the board. Cross the line for the top spot. Simon Lindmark. Survey says Henson top of the board. 305. 363. Good enough for 6 for Simon Lindmark. Aaron Stanton. Stanton's first lap. It's going to be a throwaway lap. 51.064, good enough for 19th. Ethan Sikorsky on track, as is Frank Chavez. Mark Purser rolling down. Matter of fact, Sikorsky and Chavez both sit 19th and 20th. DJ Stagner up to the 4th spot, 53.32. Right now, everybody's gunning for that 305 set by Gavin Henson. 4.5 minutes remaining. Still a couple of heavy hitters still to come. Actually, quite a few heavy hitters. Stanton across the line. Where is he ranking all this? Survey says 323. Good enough for 3rd quickest for Aaron Stanton. Former Daytona 500 winner Corey Wright rolling out onto the racetrack. Sikorsky jumps up to 3rd. Knocks Stanton out and ties Harry Lindmark for 3rd. We're going to tune back into Corey Wright here in a second. It's Mark's person now. Cross the line, 330, 24th, the first lap. Right now, Corey Wright this time. Or Mark Pearson. Take that back right now. On track for an even better qualifying run. Cross the line. He's got it. 52.71 for Mark Pearson, and that, well, I'll tell you, that blows everybody else out the water. Matter of fact, 33 hundredths of a second. Kenny Real on track now, as is Corey Wright. Former Daytona winner in his own right. No pun intended, by the way. Well, this lap here will be the dud. 25th quickest for Wright with just under 2.5 minutes remaining. Well, we got a moment in the action. Talk to right now the fastest man in Daytona Beach. Mark Pearson, Garrett Jenkins up here broadcast, but you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I sure do.
Well, Fastest man in Daytona right now with a 52.71. What's going to be the strategy more or less tonight? And do you feel like the 77 can return to victory lane?
Yeah, just gonna try and keep it up front. Feeling fast in qualifying. For strategy, gonna try and stay out in front of it the best I can, and yeah, just hope for the best.
My buddy Corey Wright
Um,
almost knocked you off.
no, yeah, of course I'm trying to get to victory lane. We're gonna see what we can do tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you going forward. Hopefully, we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Right now, the field almost set. Corey Wright up here in the booth. See who can get here real quick. Corey Wright, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Garrett Jenkins, what's up, brother?
Oh, not a whole lot right now. I just got done talking to the fastest man in Daytona. Now I got to talk to the second fastest in Daytona before we get rolling here. No stranger to Daytona, winning at the World Center of Racing. Do you feel like you can do it yet again?
Man, you know, these super speedways are always a gamble. It's an even playing field from the front of the pack to the back. Again, the name of the game is trying to stay clean, trying to stay patient. Obviously, it would be great to run up front and stay out of the mess, but we know how that goes. So it's a possibility for sure. You know, I've won here before. We can win here again. It's just gotta line up.
Well, I got to ask you this then. Which is more safer depending on where you start? If you're about the 19th or 20th guy back there in the pack, is it better off just try to get yourself to the front to start with, or just hang out in the back, fall back, and just ride for the first, give or take, 75 laps or so?
Yeah, I think, man, if you're in the front half, you want to stay there. If you're in the back, you probably want to stay there. If you're in the middle, you need to move. You need to either go up front or go in the back. The middle tends to be where the mess happens. So, yeah, I think if you're in the back, you probably stay patient and just kind of ride there. Probably save fuel. There's going to be some cautions. We got a lot of new drivers out here tonight, which I'm excited about. See how these guys run, But yeah, I think that's the play. Stay up front or stay in the back and wait for the moment.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully when it's all said and done, we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, for Corey Wright to get another win in Daytona, he will have to go, as he mentioned, a stacked field for tonight. Starting lineup goes as followed. Mark Pearson, Corey Wright, first and second. Gavin Henson, Harry Lindmark, Ethan Sikorsky, Kenny Reel, Aaron Stanton, Robbie Adams. DJ Stagner, Gordon Glywell, Mitchell Reardon, and Frank Chavez rounds out the fast 12 for tonight. But speed's only not even half of it. Scott Ronnie, Ryan Seabolt, Connor Leach, Dylan Fink, Simon Lindmark, Nestor Osaro, Juan Carlos Jr., John Borden, Jackson Hunt, fastest man in practice, rolls off 21st next to Bryce Moore. Brent Garber will roll off next to the 115 of Kaysen. Even further back in the field. There's a lot of heavy hitters. Jesse Dawson, Michael Crabb, Bradley Berry, Nicholas Alozia, Eric Kimmel. The Midnight Racing League Contender Series points leader, Isaac Smallwood, rolls off 30th. Colt Ward, Corbin Hines, Kevin Allen, Justin Raymond, Andrew Loss, Drew Drummond rolls off 36th. Brian Canover and Chris Logan rounds out the 38 car field for tonight's running of the first ever Midnight Racing League Cup Series taking place. Well, it is actually taking place of the Midnight Racing League Super Speedway Series. 190 laps. Gonna be a long one. Right now, John Border starting from the pits. All right. The stage is set. At the end of it, one man will say he has won at Daytona. Mark Pearson, Corey Wright brings us down to the United Rails restart zone. We're rolling from Daytona. Down back straightaway, Corey Wright holding the bottom lane. Terry Lindmark coming on the outside lane, getting pushed by Jack Shack's own Kenny Real on the outside. Off a turn 4 through a trail, Harry Lindmark leads the first lap. Right now, Lindmark leads down the back straightaway again. Corey Wright, Pearson going to fall in tow. Gavin Henson now. So back for a third spot. Pearson jumps up to the outside lane again. No help on the outside lane yet. And that PGR Ford Mustang battling strong on the outside lane as Lindmark will bring him around. Going to attempt to lead lap 2. And he'll get it. Right now, Real going to drop down to the bottom. Will lead to 8 of Robbie Adams to 10 to the outside. Got Gordon Gladwell right behind him in that 25 machine. Along with Simon Lindmark as the field works down the back straightaway yet again. Single fouled out on the bottom for the most part. Drivers might be trying to take it easy. Anyway, the battle for the front as Corey Wright jumps to the outside lane. Pearson leads back into turn number 1. Right now you're seeing drivers already weaving around, snaking down to the first dog leg. Pearson will add his name to the list of drivers to lead so far tonight. Open and start, Jackson Hunt, meatball flag. I don't think we're going to have the footage. There, man. Well, there goes Hunt rolling back out onto the racetrack. Connection issues. Right now, the field. Lap 4 in the books. Pearson will tie Harry Lindmark so far. 2 laps led apiece. Right on board further back with a couple of drivers if we can. We're first going right on board with Mark Pearson leading. Is exactly what you want to see in front of you. Well, mostly clear racetrack. Right now, making his debut tonight, Ethan Sikorsky. Right now, started 5th. Right now, riding in 7th, just behind the leaders in this big pack. Teammate for tonight, Aaron Stanton, riding right behind him. Got another driver right now, one of the biggest movers, Jesse Dawson. Started 25th, up to 13th, already up 11 spots. Where he started, you'll see drivers immediately start coming from the back to the front. Nicholas Alozia, one of them, riding just behind this main pack, kind of in the, I don't know if you really call it the danger zone right now or not. Everybody taking it easy. Running 22nd, up 6 spots where he started. Right behind him, the Contender Series points leader, Isaac Smallwood, making time up, started 30th up to 23rd. I mean, we can still name off big names just right in the back. Colton Ward, one of them. Andrew Lotz. Big time wiggle out of Corbin Hines. Drew Drummond. Running all the way back in 30th. One of a lot of on board, but right now it is still Mark Pearson leading. Kenny Real and Lindmark almost come together. Goodness. A little early, boys. Going to allow Pearson to get out to just under a car length gap. Going to be a sitting up for the moment. Pearson down to the bottom again. Going to block Kenny Real. Here comes Corey Wright with Gordon Glidewell on the outside lane. Ryan Seabold up there in the 6th spot. Has climbed his way inside the top 5. 64 of DJ Standard. Not take long for Standard to start breaking inside the top 10. Mitchell Raritan, another one. Corey Wright to the top spot, right? Getting to put his name on the board. DJ Stagner stuck on the outside lane. First time they're going to go 3 wide. Track right now 89 degrees. Really don't know how good the outside lane is going to work. More or less the middle lane. Middle seems to have the dominance. Right now, one driver going a lap down. That would be the 7. I believe that's John Border, and the 107, as a matter of fact, it is. Mark Pearson, big lag on the 77, comes back. Still going to stay side by side. Early in the race right now, there really no need for drivers to be making big moves. Still 81 laps to go in this one. The field works down the back straightaway again. Right down to the bottom. Gladwell up the outside lane. Try to pour that middle lane more or less up to the top. Here comes Pearson. Looks to the outside. Corey Wright adds his name to the board. Right now, Pearson, Wright, Kenny Reels, Harry Lindmark, Gordon Glidewell, top 5. Gavin Henson, Ryan Seabold, Ethan Sikorsky, Mitchell Raritan, DJ Stagner in your top 10. Field works to the outside lane. We're going to try 3 wide again. Simon Lindmark further in the back, all over the place. Saves it. We'll have Adam Smallwood right behind him. Right now, thing all the way back to, from Pearson all the way back to Frank Chavez, about 17th or so, trying to break away. Some of the drivers riding in the back. Right now, 3-wide action still working deeper back, but right now, Pearson and Kenny Real, Corey Wright trying to get away from it all. Harry Lindmark, Gordon Glidewell, Ryan Seabolt stuck in the middle. Right on board with Harry Lindmark. And now Aaron Stanton trying to work himself inside the top 5. Working on it now. Going to look to the inside of Lindmark if he can get there. Not able to. Here comes the middle lane again. On the outside, Mitchell Reardon. Reardon, former Super Speedway Series competitor, from made the Season 2 playoffs, finishing 8th in that series. Running inside the top 5 right now. Right now, it is all Mark Pearson still leading. Kenny Real, Corey Wright, Gavin Henson, and Mitchell Reardon, your top 5. The outside lane, that middle lane, unless you get a lot of drivers who are willing to push, there right now is dead in the water. Right now, you get a look down the back straightaway. You gotta think a lot of drivers, whenever I say a lot of drivers, you gotta think guys who are normally in the mix. DJ Stagner, one of them, trying to get inside the top 10, working on Stanton now, actually has it for the moment, but I think of Simon Lindmark, I think of Isaac Smallwood, Corbin Hines, Colt Ward. You got to think Andrew Lotz, Drew Drummond, one of them. Right now, all them cars, that's going to be hard to tell who was who. But I think of a lot of guys normally you would see up front. Right now, just taking it easy, riding, probably trying to play the fuel game. Right now, Simon Lindmark. Way up the racetrack again. I almost wonder if something broke on that 51 machine. Simon's not cooperating. Right now, it has been Mark Pearson The dominant one so far has led 13 laps so far tonight. 73 laps to go. Right now, field scattering again down the back straightaway. Right now, top three. Still single filed out. Landmark on back, side by side, down the back straightaway. Right now, it is just a part of the race now. Be easy, roll with it, save what you can. Right now, if you're in standing right now, you're about 4 or 5 cars behind the front. So right now, you're saving about as much fuel as you're actually saving a whole lot better than what the majority of them are. The only issue is you got Ethan Sikorsky blinking in front of you. But right now, I mean, the two ones burning the most fuel right now, Pearson and Harry Lindmark. Of course, Harry still trying to do what he can to pull this outside lane back. Matter of fact, we'll have a hell of a run down the back straightaway. Harry Lindmark took him a minute, but he's finally got back up side by side with Pearson, getting pushed by Glidewell, Seabone, and others. 70 to go this time. Harry led 3 laps to begin with across the line. He'll make it 4. Yeah, I think he would love to get clear. Drop down to the bottom. Won't get pushed by Glidewell again. There he is. Lindmark drops down. Of course, last night, heartbreaker for Harry Lynn. Oh, Corey Wright hard into the wall. There they go, boys. Stand through the grass. 15's involved. Frank Chavez. Corey Wright, night done on lap 21. Good grief. Jason Hessian. Massive damage to that 15 machine. Good nest. Corey Wright. Massive damage to the number 4 Toyota Camry, and it will not be another trip to victory lane. See what happened. It's hard to really say what happened because they were all taking it easy, I felt like. Come off of turn 4. Oh, Gordon got turned by Seabolt. That is all she wrote. And of course, cars in a very vulnerable spot. Getting pushed off of the corner exits and through the tri-oval. There you see it. Seesaws across the back bumper of Glidewell. Glidewell, a hell of a save in his own right. Now for Corey Wright, I imagine he's a little pissed. Right on board with Corey. Ain't even gonna know it's coming. Good God. 52 went for a wild slide. Dylan Fink. Right on board with Dylan next. For a wild ride. Just dug. Goodness. Missed the pit entrance. So Dylan Fink able to get back going and onto the racetrack. No harm, no foul. To a 52 machine. The same cannot be said for Corey Wright. Done for the night. Smallwood rolling out. Can't get Dylan Fink in here. Dylan Fink, Garrett Jennings up here broadcast, but you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, went for a wild slide. Other than that, looks like from our vantage point, the car's okay. Take us through what you saw and ultimately how the hell did you stay off that inside wall?
Pure talent, buddy. I really don't know. That was pretty wild. It looked like Gordon got turned by whoever was behind him, and I tried to check up. I don't know if I got hit from behind or maybe I got on the brakes too hard. But, you know, we didn't hit anything. We'll re-rack, go at it again.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck going forward here. Hopefully we can talk to you and a couple of the other powerhouse guys at the end of this thing.
Hope so. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, to re-rack it. Kenny Real, Harry Lindmark will be bringing us down for the restart. Mark Pearson, DJ Stadner, Mitchell Reardon. The top five, Scotty. Ronnie Aaron Stanton, Ethan Sikorsky, Gavin Henson, Frank Chavez. The top 10. As we get set to go back racing. All right. We're back rolling from Daytona. We're down the back straightaway. Kenny Real leads over Pearson and Lindmark. Right now, outside lane starting to crumble yet again with Stagner leading it. Now a bit of an overcast over Daytona. We'll cool the track temp a little bit. That's a terrible angle. Well, right now, a long time since we've seen Kenny Real in action. Back with the Midnight Racing League group. Right now, leading at Daytona. One of a few Jack Shack entries in the field tonight. Well, never say never. I'll tell you, one driver who has worked inside the top 10, brought on board with him earlier in the 162 machine, Nicholas Aloisia. Started 28th, one of the biggest movers so far tonight, actually up 20 spots from where he started the night. This is Daytona, guys that you don't normally talk about. You'll give them a chance to show what they got. Right now for Aloisia, a good start to the season could go a long way. Right now, 29 laps in. That means 29 in. We're going to take one very quick step away from the action. You're watching Midnight Racing League Cup Series live from Daytona. We'll be right back. Back live from the World Center of Racing, and it's still Kenny Real leading over Mark Pearson, Harry Lindmark, Corbin Hines. Aaron Stanton has worked inside the top 5. It really, top 5 breakaway sort of feels single fouled out for the most part. Just join us tonight. 1 caution so far. 6 official lead changes. Kenny Real right now your leader. That is the race recap. We itch closer and closer to halfway. Right now Mark Pearson running in second. It's been a strong night for Pearson so far. He's led 15 laps. and led really the majority of the opening portion of this race. PGR Esports Machine. Running right now, right behind Keanu Real in second. Of course, only a few weeks past the PGR 500. Couple weeks actually, and what was a amazing event for everybody participating in, even the ones that did not make it in. Me personally, I came close, but I did not make it to the PGR 500, but it was a hell of an experience nonetheless. Right now, PGR, the proud sponsor of Mark Pearson and the 77 Ford Mustang team. Right now, there you see it single file out. Pit crews thinking pit strategy will be a thing tonight. Well, right now, as far as pit stops goes, we'll get the PGR pit strategy report. But they had a 22 lap run. Everybody else inside the top 10 pretty much. On a 12 lap run. Waiting for official word on how far they could probably go on a tank of gas. I guess somewhere along the lines of anywhere from 30 to 35. Not much more. Right now, outside lane starting to come. Isaac Smallwood is bringing them from the back. Wonder how long they were going to wait back there. Getting pushed by Simon Lindmark, Drew Drummond in the mix as well. You're right on board with the Contender Series points leader. Started deep in the field and really has not made his presence known now until we're starting to get closer to halfway. Right now, outside lane stalls out for the moment. See a couple drivers fading back down to the bottom. The Smallwood outside lane loses a little bit of momentum. Right now, I believe the outside lane. We're going to get hooked up here, and whenever they do, they are going to be hauling. Right now, you're already starting to see it. One car jumps out of line. Nicholas Alozia, he got tied up waiting. Riding around in 8th. Alozia going to try to pull Smallwood in this outside lane up to the front. Shuffle Lozia right after. Right now, Kenny Real holds on to the top spot. Edward Kimmel down on the yellow line. No harm, no foul. May have got contact and turned down there, regardless of the fact. Here comes Smallwood. Get ready. Look at the run that the 19 has getting pushed by Lindmark. Simon Lindmark, that is. Down back straightaway. Harry jumps up. He's going to jump in front of Smallwood. Down the back straightaway. Kenny Real. Better get ready to play the Department of Defense. Right now, Harrison pushing him out for the moment. He's going to lay off the back of it. Outside lane dies out momentarily. Kenny Real probably going to try to work both lanes here. I don't blame him if he does. As Harry almost gets turned, they fix it. Notice how just about everybody in that outside lane all from Sofa Racing. Just want to throw that out there for a second. Got one on the bottom with Aaron Stanton as well. Halfway coming up. And right now, Harry Lindmark doing everything he can to take this lead back from Kenny Real. At the line. Give it to Kenny Real barely. Right now, as Gary Lindmark resumes the lead. Smallwood's going to drop down to the bottom. First time we've seen Smallwood Lindmark contact between Real and Simon. Easy, boys. a lot of time left. Right now. Now field pretty much signified out. Simon Lindmark's going to drop down in front of Mitchell Raritan. Oh, almost turns Pearson. Saves it. No harm, no foul. Colt Ward stuck on the outside. Getting a little bit racy, a little bit racy. Ward drops down to the bottom. Sikorsky's going to be hung out to dry. On a couple other, but right now Lindmark leads. Right now, pit window is somewhere around 30 to 35, give or take. Right now, Kenny Real up to the outside lane. Real will take the lead right back. Right now, 35 drivers still in it. Only driver out of the race right now, Jackson Hunt and Corey Wright. Ryan Seabolt one lap down in 36. Everybody else, like I said, in prime contention. They're actually about to put the lead. That would be the 162. No, that would be the 8, Robbie Adams. Robbie Adams will now go 1 lap down. Right now, half down, half to go. Right now, fuel saving mode in effect. We're going to reiterate the pit strategy report yet again. Right now, 23 and 24 still, so they're actually, this is the longest run they've been on. Push comes to shove, it might come down to 2 more stops. That includes the first round of green flag pit stops that should be coming up, plus another one. We'll have to see, don't quote me on it. Oh, one car hard in the wall in the back. Find out who it was. Was it Ryan Seabolt? It was actually Brian Conover. So you can't get a look at it. And another driver, yep, caution is out. Man. So much for green flag pit stops. Had to open up my big mouth, didn't I? There's been another incident somewhere. That is not the first one. Nicholas Alozia involved in this one. It will not be what turned out. What was look like a promising night for the 162 will come undone. Let's see what happened first. Okay, so this is all going to start back on the outside, back in the back. Now Alozia gets turned hard into the wall. Man. For Nicholas Alozia, it'll be a hard hit and a night done. He will join Corey Wright in the garage, right on board with him. Next on board we'll have Brian Conover, sorry. Him and the teammate, pretty much all 3 of them cars are all shaped the same, especially Drew Drummond, the other 4th one here. Brian's just going to come to a stop, just does kiss the wall. Well, first caution of the night. Or second caution, rather. Bam. Right now the field will be in this time. They can't get the CEO of Midnight Racing League in as Mitchell Rader wins the race off of pit road. Right now, CEO of Midnight Racing League, joining me in the booth, Justin Millicard. Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir, I do. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. Well, just past halfway, second caution of the night. It's been pretty much a good night in tow so far. The big one not yet has happened. What can we expect 41 to go with at least one more pit stop out of this group of guys?
Yeah, what you're probably going to see a lot of people short pit, if I had to guess. If I'm looking at most, I talked to some people too. They said they're getting around 30 to 32 laps of fuel, which would put it around lap 75-ish where they would have to pit. But ultimately, if they're getting 30 laps of fuel, they're probably going to pit with, like lap 60 and kind of short it out because they won't go a lap down. So probably going to see a lot of the experienced guys do that, and then after that it'll be a good old drag race. I think the intensity is definitely going to pick up, though. I think starting to get to that point where you got to go.
Well, buddy, I'll ask you this before I let you head back down to the race control booth here. But as for tonight, brand new debut of the Cup Series, take us through really what came about the decision to try to incorporate this series in, and ultimately, I'm going to ask the question: which one of these are you aiming to be the top series? Would it be this series, or would it still be the Contender Series?
Yeah, I mean, I think Contender will always be the main series. This kind of was just a thing where I was like, okay, we have another night where people are off work and stuff, and I think we could be successful. And I mean, for the first race, having 38 drivers is pretty good. Proud of that. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, it was pretty much just one of those things that Corey and Gordon and the rest of the team was like, yeah, I think it would be cool. And I was like, hey, if y'all want to do it, we'll do it.
Well, buddy, hell of a job tonight with the turnout. Hell of a job with the league entirely. We'll let you get back over to official duties. Appreciate your time, and see you next Friday night for the final race for the Contender Series.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, now to re-rack it, Mitchell Raritan, Kenny Reel for the Jack Shack. First and second. Reel actually the only one for the Jack Shack in the top two. Mark Pearson, Drew Drummond, Aaron Stanton, Harry Lindmark, Jesse Dawson right now having a hell of a run tonight in the six machine. Scott Ronnie, Brent Garber, and Gavin Henson, the top 10. The field gets set to come back down to the restart zone. All right. We're rolling. Right now, Kenny Reel's going to have Pearson, Drummond, Harry Lindmark going to have a lot of great pushers behind him. Going to see how the bottom lane can react down the back straightaway. Kenny Reel already opens up to the lead. Able to drop down if he wanted to. Bottom lane, slow getting started. Outside lane pushing with a full head of steam. Pearson clear of Raritan now. Going to not to drop down. Can't get a word with Nicholas Alozia. Just been checking the release from the infield medical center. Nicholas Alozia, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Well, it was a hell of a run going for the 162 inside the top 10 earlier in the race. Take us through what you feel like happened in the middle of 1 and 2.
Super speedway racing, you know. You got to take the good with the bad. kind of got ran into, but I was checking up. I mean, it happens. Not gonna, not pointing fingers. It's just good to get out there and Rob's custom wraps, car and NASRAC racing.
Well, but
At the end of the day, it's racing.
well, buddy, a hell of a job tonight. Caution is that on the speedway. Look forward to seeing you next week in Homestead for the Contender Series finale.
Yes, sir. I'll be there, man. Thank you. Thank you for all you do for the broadcasting, man.
Yes, sir. Not a problem. Douglas Alozia done for tonight. He will turn his attention to next Friday for the Contender Series finale. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night, man.
You too, boss. Cut him off a little bit earlier. Jesse Dawson goes around off of turn 4. Let's see what happened to Dawson. Well, I just mentioned one of them having a hell of a run, much like Alozia. And man, swings to the outside of Aaron Stanton. That was he's already a little bit loose before Landmark touches him. Does a hell of a job to keep it off the wall. Unfortunately for Jesse Dawson, all the trap position that he had will go away. Third caution of the night. Right now, Kenny Real, your leader. The field gonna come back in now. See, right now, not able to race at the moment, but when he does get the all clear to come back, looking forward to see TA Trevor Asronoff back in the booth. But for right now, you can find him on top of Kenny Real's pit box. So you can't get a quick word. Trevor Asronoff, Garrett Jenkins up here broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Found you up here on top of Kenny Real's pit box, calling the shots tonight. And take us through what you've been seeing a lot out of the action tonight.
Yeah, man, it's just looking like these boys are taking it a little easy here. Long race, like I said, 90 laps on the board, and I don't think they've got the racing yet. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple wrecks here and there, but I don't know, man. I think they're waiting to the end. I think they're gonna get out here and they're gonna try to go put on a show. But old Kenny Real, man, the boy's been doing this. This boy's gonna be out here and he's gonna be leading every lap. That's what he's gonna be trying to do, and he's doing good right now, holding it down for the Jack Shack, and yeah, we're just waiting, man. What you seeing up there? What about you?
I'm seeing them just taking it. I'm like you. I'm in the same breath. Take it easy for a little while. However, a couple off-cue moments, so to speak, so far tonight. And, of course, right now, I ain't going to go into detail, but right now, on the sidelines for a little while longer. When we get back, whenever you're able to get back into the seat, can we see Trevor Asronoff showing back up, making runs for wins, HGR, MMS, Midnight, all of the above? Where will the confidence level be back when you do get back?
Brother, if I come back, they gonna hate me. Oh, man, they gonna hate me because I'm gonna kill every last one of them. Every block. You thought you seen blocking? Oh, buddy. Trevor's coming back. I hope sometime soon, man. Cross your fingers. Hashtag free Trev. Y'all try to get me out. But, yeah, I'm on lockdown right now, and we'll see. Yeah, if I come back, when I come back, matter of fact, it's gonna be hell for these boys, good or bad. But we'll see how it goes, man. I'm just being a fan right now, just trying to help as much as I can, and but yeah, when they get me out of the penitentiary, I'm gonna be out here burning it down, baby.
The last question I got before I let you head back down to race control duties tonight with Justin. All bias aside, obviously I know one of these answers coming up. You can pick 3 drivers right now who are a dark horse, or well, not even a dark horse, just a chance to win it. Who do you got?
Ooh, you got a good chance to win it. Well, all right. So you don't know my answer was gonna be Kenny Real regardless, but
well, we knew that.
It's not him. Yeah, it's not him. I've seen I got a couple guys on the radar right now. Mark Persons is probably going to be the hardest guy to beat out there. Him and his Mark's Meat Men. I think that's what they call it. Mark's Meat. No, Mark's Yes Men Merchant. I don't know. Mark's Merchants.
Mars
There's a whole bunch of
Merchant.
them out here. Yeah, there's about 5 of them out here. They all look the same. So
Is that what
they
is
might have a
that what
good
it
shot out
is?
here. I think so. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it tonight, and they got all the same cars.
Imagine being
So
a broadcaster.
Mark's Meat Merchants, they're out here, brother. And Scott Roney, that's another one. He's a OG jack set driver. He's in the field out here, making his debut start for MRL. And how about I don't know, man. The Lindmarks are looking pretty good too. You know, they're always strong each and every week. But how about Brent Garber leading the race, man? If it ain't anybody, if there's somebody out here I want to win, my pick gonna be Brent Garber.
Well, buddy, hell of a job so far tonight. We're gonna see them picks come through. And hell, I've been waiting for a moment like this to come about. If you're available next week, shoot me a text. We'll see if we can't get a TA Jim Bob up here in the broadcast booth.
Hey, sounds good to me, brother. I'll hit you up.
All right, boss man. Best of luck from here on out. Hopefully, see you back on the track soon.
Yes, sir.
Hashtag free Trev. And Brent Garber, that was like he broke out of the jail. Shot out like a cannon. However, going to be a sitting duck. 15 is going to choose not to go win him. Outside lane is completely gone. They're going to push the 30 to the outside lane. Aaron Stanton leads down the back straightaway. Harry Lindmark, black flag. Bradley Berry, black flag. Unsure into why. Had to figure out it might get cleared. Nope, they did not. So Harry Lindmark for the second straight night. Black flag to the 56. Excuse me, folks. I gotta take care of something real quick. Might see the paint job go blank here a second. Something tells me that something tells me training paint's never updated. Well, right now, if they go gray, bear with it here a moment. They'll all come back. Right now, Brent Garber has fell back to third since the restart. The 58 machine. Yeah, they're all coming back now. Right now, Kenny Real, Mark Persons, working the top 2 spots. God dang. Aaron Stanton right now trying to push Dylan Fink. Been a slow climb back to the top 5. Really the top 10 for the 52 machine being caught up. First caution of the night involving Corey Wright and a couple others, Fink included. Right now doing everything he can just to haunt on. There's Kenny Real's paint job for tonight. All right, the Smallwood black flag as well. So you can't get a word with the boys in the... Right now. Yeah, so Kenny Real paint job not loaded, so I apologize on my behalf. On my part of that. But right now, Kenny Real leads. Pearson, Garber, Kaysen, and Mitchell Raridan. Your top 5 down the back straightaway. Aaron Stanton wants to have a say in that. Right now, 30 to go. The field just is outside the field window. Oh, they're about to get Dyson out, though. You can tell. Stanton pulling that outside lane. Well, right now, Stanton drops down to the bottom. Well, got Rooney working the outside lane now. He's trying to pull Chavez with him. Got Drew Drummond hanging back up there just outside the top 10. Right now, Kenny Reels led 34 laps so far for the Jack Shack. Looking to try to go back to victory lane at Daytona. Right now, everybody's couple drivers stayed out. Earned his last caution. Brent Garber casing. Hedging now. 13 lap run for them so far. If there's not a caution soon, they will be practically off sequence with the field. Well, coming back up on the lap. Like RB Edward Kimmel's going to stick to the bottom lane, going to shuffle them all up. Going to stay 3 wide, choosing not to drop below the double yellow line. Right now, Brent Garber almost turned sideways. Tennessee starting to pick up, action getting intense. "26 laps to go, 25 next time by." It is starting to become crunch time. Harry Lindmark going to go 1 lap down. After a strong run for Lindmark, black flag. Had to be served. Right now, if you're any of these drivers right now, you're thinking about when will be the best time to make this pit stop. Will it be before? Do you want to try to short pit it? Do you want to do it as soon as the window opens? These drivers right now thinking, when do they want to come in? How do they want to come in? They're talking to each other. Well, if you come in this lap, I'll come in with you. This, that, the other, working out deals. Ultimately, I think all these guys would love to have a caution. However, they're also praying that they don't want to be the caution. That's a fine line as the field works down the back straightaway yet again. Scott Rooney right now working that outside lane still with Chavez. John Border up in the mix. How about John Border? It was a rough season in the Contender Series for Border right now. Trying to rectify that tonight with the Cup Series. Right now started 20th and it's finally got inside the top 10. 23 laps to go. You can start to slowly feel business is starting to pick up. Once this pit stop is over with, you can expect everybody starting to pick up the pace. Then you're going to push drivers you don't normally push. You're going to push them harder than what you would normally push them in places that you ain't supposed to push them in. How about Juan Cobbs Jr. right here, nothing down at 1 all night, running in the 13th spot. One started 19th. It's been a very quiet night for the 3 machine. And further back, Simon Lindmark, Ethan Sikorsky, and others just riding. Probably waiting to see when this big one's going straight, if it comes. Ironically, I've not had it yet. We're not going to dismiss that it ain't going to come out. Question is when. Got a lot of drivers back here that front runners anywhere else. But you haven't heard a lot out of tonight. Simon Lindmark, Colton Ward, Corbin Hines. Drivers whom you expect to see at the front on a weekly basis have been taking it easy all night. Right now they're chasing Jack Shack's own Kenny Reel. And here comes Dylan Feet with Drew Drummond on the outside. Feet wants to lead. You're going to need a whole hell of a lot bigger run than that. However, side by side with Pearson, never mind, draws back to Garber. And middle lane just has not had the momentum it needs. You look from the Raging Idiot Racing blimp camera from high above. 20 laps to go from the World Center of Racing. Right now, see the field thundering off of turn 4. But Dylan Fink still trying to put an outside lane. Right now, that middle lane, it's had runs at times, but it has not been dominant like we've seen in times past on HGR, MMS, PGR, you name it. Yeah, that was weird. Service spike. Well, lap slowly ticking away. 18 remaining. Right now, the way I see it, 18 laps on this run for most of the field, 18 to go. 18, 36. They're anywhere from about 5 to 3 laps short. Right now, the outside lane's completely dead at the moment. Work down the back straightaway yet again. It's going to be about, you got to be willing to push and push hard. But right now, Dylan Fink, that's what he wanted. The run down the back straightaway. Kenny Real going battle back, not going to be able to get down. Fink down to the bottom. Drum stuck on the outside. They're wrecking. There they go, boys. Hard into the wall. Chavez another. They're still wrecking. Aaron Stanton's in against the outside wall. Chavez, Border. Kenny Real, the dominant night will come to an end prematurely. And they have padded up off of turn 4. John Border, well, it's turned out to be a career run like Nicholas Olozia, will come undone late in the going. What in the name of might happen? Well, it's going to be easier to figure out who is not in it. Or who is. Mark Pearson rolling, but damage done to that 77 machine. We'll slip back and see what happened. I think Pearson's involved in that moment. But Blink came from high above will show us. Like Rooney came together with him up further. Yeah, okay, so Pearson loses it there, but on further back. Pearson actually not involved in this. Frank Chavez, however, will be involved in this. So there's 2 wrecks. There's 2 additional wrecks that all originate from the first one. But there you see up here, Scott Rooney's going to make contact with Pearson and Kenny Real. Real's actually going to survive this at first, then get clipped. Nice 7 involved in this. Aaron Stanton after a really what has been one of his best runs at Daytona in recent memory, in the top 10 the majority of the night. It will come undone for the driver of the 27. Right on board with him. Just trying to figure out where to go. Gets on the apron. Kills the wall. Right on board with Mark Parsons through this. Pretty much watching the field explode behind you. Man. Kenny Real's on board. Perhaps one of the dominant cars of the night. Next to Mark will be collecting in this one. Drew Drummond. Drummond just does get a piece of this. So I think Drummond would have been better off if it was in position right here ought to tell us. He got absolutely killed. And then Border comes up and gets him. See, can't get a word. With the driver of the 041. Drew Drummond, Garrett Jenkins up here broadcast, but you got a coffee, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll be damned. A quiet night. Up until then, got to the front. Take us through what did you feel like happened from your perspective?
We were traveling in the top lane. I was trying to clear Kenny, and then we got sorted back out. And then I think the top lane and the middle lane met together, and then we all went for a ride.
Well, buddy, it's been a quiet night for the 41 team. Do you feel like the car can still get back up there? Try to turn not even just try to turn a few more laps. Do you feel like the darn thing can compete for the win? Looks pretty good on my screen.
Oh yeah, we got 13 more seconds. We'll be back up there.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you so far. Hopefully, we'll still get to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Hey, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. Well, at the front, DJ Stagner has had a quiet night in his own right tonight. Under him, Gavin Henson. Wankoff Jr. running in third. Dylan Fink, Mitchell Reardon, Brent Garber, Michael Kraft, Mr. Sorrow, Gordon Glidewell, Jesse Dawson. Dawson spun not all that long ago, and now he is back in the running. And I will say this, Stagner, Henson, Wankoff Jr. all have stayed out. It is a 23-lap run. 12 laps to go. Does the gamble pay off? We're going to find out. They're back rolling from Daytona. Mark Person, black flag. And the good night for the 77 will go from bad to worse. Right now is a powerhouse race at 1-2 down the back straightaway. Stadner and Fink. Gavin Wankoff Jr., Brent Garber, Mitchell Reardon. Well, it's going to be coming to 10 to go. If you're a Stagner, 24 laps on this run. The same can be said for Wankoff Jr., Brent Garber. Do you want to play it safe now or go for it? Right now, Dylan Fink, the only one. No, sorry, Gavin Henson, Wankoff Jr. Them three drivers, first, third, and fourth. Do you want to play it safe or can you go for it? Well, Stagner right now, thinking he can go for it. Field works down the back straightaway. Dawson to the outside, going to cover Colt Ward. And they better go too, because a run is going to be coming. There you see it. Ward all over the back bumper of Dawson. Ten to go. This time by. And the intensity picking up. Stanton jumps to the outside. Reardon's going to cover him. Right now, Mitchell Reardon going to try to take Stanton with the run. Wankoff Jr. goes up. Henson with him. Not going to be able to make it work. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Reardon stuck in the middle. Wankoff Jr. stuck in the middle. My mistake. You can tell they're closing in on the final laps from Daytona. A place everybody wants to win. Ethan Sikorsky around in the back. Caution is out. And they are winding up again off turn 4. Calamity Corner. Sikorsky, Glidewell involved in this one. Edward Kimmel. And more. Christopher Logan. The 70 machine. Summit. That Summit Camaro. Well, see what happened to Ethan Sikorsky to trigger this one. They know how to wad him up, don't they? Yeah. It's Daytona. Well, and of course, we say that, and I mean, you're coming down. They it don't matter if it's real life or if it's virtual Daytona. A win at Daytona means everything. There's contact further in the back. Sikorsky actually disappears for a moment. There's contact there, Harry Lindmark and another driver. Then there's a stack-up effect. And there it goes, Sikorsky around. Just contact, really. I think Gordon Gladwell can give us a better look at it. And Gladwell's going to get ran over by Connor Leach. Drummond just does miss it. Oh, and then 54 coming together. Kimmel coming together. Bryce Moore. Well, it has turned into a nutrition race. See if we can't get a word with Ethan Sikorsky. Ethan Sikorsky, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast, buddy. You got a copy, buddy?
Not right now. I'm trying to figure out this thing right now.
All right, well, I'll get back with you in a second then.
Yep.
Well, obviously trying to figure out the situation with that 94 machine. Quite frankly, it's wondering it ain't terminal. But right now, hell, the gloves are off now. Well, you got DJ Stander who is trying to stretch it on the fuel. All right. To re-rack it. DJ Stander, Dylan Fink, first and second. Brent Garber, Gavin Henson, Mitchell Raridan. That'll be in top 5. Nestor Osaro rounds out 6. Aaron Stanton, Robbie Adams, Jesse Dawson. How about Bryce Conover? Has had a hell of a night. Involved in a caution earlier in the race. Started deep in the field at 27 spots where he started with a chance to win it. One second. All right. This is it. Six laps to go. Powerhouse Racing 1 and 2. We're rolling again. Perfect. Perfect restart. Brent Garber, no help on the outside lane. Down back straightaway, they fan out again. Well, here comes the run to Garber. But right now, seems to be fading out. A foul at the front right now. Garber and Henson, 30 lap stint so far. Will the field last? 5 laps to go. Simon Lindmark jumps to the outside in front of Garber. Dawson up to the outside. He's going to try to take a risk and go with it. Reardon as well. Right now, they are following DJ Stagner and Dylan Fink. Dawson not able to get the run yet. Down the back straightaway again. 3 wide further back. Ward jumps up. Here comes Reardon with him. Kinston trying to get there. Not able to do it. Fink to the outside. Getting dicey now, boys. Dylan Fink getting pushed by Mitchell Reardon. 4 laps to go this time. And no surrender. Out. Bottom lane's completely died out. Stagner from the lead back to 8. Dylan Fink leaves. Reardon's going to get turned. They're going to save it. No, they're not. And they are piling it up. There's the big one. Stagner's in it. Henson's in it. Harry Lindmark. Aaron Stanton in the grass. Connor Leach back there involved as well. Bryce Conover now. God almighty. See the 30 there, he is involved. That'll be Michael Kraft. It is about as big as you can see at Daytona. Mark Person. That 77 PGR Esports machine. Done. Edward Kimmel got a piece of it. Scott Rooney. Gavin Henson mentioned him. Andrew Lotz. Justin Raymond. Harry Lindmark. Oh, we know Reardon and Colt Ward came together. See what happened. Man, for Mitchell Reardon, it was a hell of a car tonight. One that probably could have, and in some cases should have won tonight. Staying in the top 5, top 10 the majority of the night. But it will come undone with only a handful of laps left. Well, Ward gets position on him. They come together, really just run out of room. Jesse Dawson into the back of him. Simon Lindmark gets a piece of this. And it is on. Corbin Hines gets a piece of this. Right on. I mean, it really. You look at it here. We'll actually take a look at it for the slow motion version of it. Just a little bit of contact. That's all she wrote. And I honestly think they would have had it saved. Jesse Dawson just trying to sneak through. Nothing he can really do. Gets into Reardon. That's going to completely kill that machine. Dawson up into the wall. See the 199. Kenny Reel. Going to make a little bit of contact. Mark Person sliding through in the PGR 500 machine. Harry Lindmark. It's been a rough 2 days for Lindmark. Lord have mercy. for Kevin Allen on the list in the 76. 99. Nestor Rosario right on board with Mark Pearson through this. This falls right in his lap. Kenny Real. Kenny, trying to keep it straight. Aaron Stanton barely made it through. Right on board with Colton Ward, see what he sees from the Sporky Cam. Just two guys ran out of room. Simon Lindmark's on board. Right, do you see smoke in front of you, let off everything, you do everything right. So you just hit in the back, get sent sideways, and at this point you're praying. Praying, please just let me get through it. Don't let nothing happen, and obviously something happened there. It was actually not Lindmark, this is Brian Conover. Now we got Simon Lindmark's on board. Alright. Terry Rackett, Dylan Fink, Colt Ward, Jesse Dawson still in it despite being plumped sideways. Corbin Hines still in it. Brent Garber, Kenny Real, Aaron Stanton. And I believe this will be the first attempt at a green-white checkered. Yep, and it's the only attempt. The only attempt at a green-white checkered. If they wreck again, race is over. Or no, if they wreck again, does not matter when they wreck, where they wreck. It will finish under green. Think, Ward, brings us down to United Rails restart zone. We are rolling again. Great start by Fink, about the best you can ask for. Corbin Hines going to follow the line down the back straightaway. Ward trying to get Jesse Dawson to push him down the back straightaway. Field single flat out for the moment. They're going to enter turn 3. Oh, there goes standing around in front of Lindmark. White flag, 1 to go for Dylan Fink. Colt Ward trying to get Kenny Real to push him. Down the back straightaway, they'll be for the final time. Hines, let's Fink hard into the wall. Now it's a drag race. Colt Ward surging ahead. They 1 mile from home. Drew Drummond, Real to the outside. Wreck it again. Kenny Real off of turn 4. Hines, they're wrecking big at the line. Kenny Real to victory lane. Corbin Hines, Colt Ward will come home second as they wreck going into turn number 1. Have you ever? No. Not in this. Wow. In the Contender Series, it was Kenny Reels' race. Unfortunately, it would not come undone. Unfortunately, it would come undone late in the going, in which Corey Wright would end up getting the win at Daytona. Tonight, Kenny Reel makes up for that. He had to work for it. No doubt about it. Had to work for it. It'll be a Jack Shot return to victory lane at Daytona, adding another one to their record. Man. Let Kenny Real celebrate it. We'll look back at the finish. Really set it up from the blimp. I'll give you the best look at it. Ward's trying to do everything he can. However, he lets Kenny Real get to his outside. Meanwhile, here comes Hines. Garber with a run. Drummond gets involved. Garber gets spun. They all right behind him. Ward, no help. Hines looks to the bottom, tries to get him. Now that will be... I mean, I know they're not a sponsor here, but I'm going to shout them out anyway. This will be the Michelob Ultra move of the race. They really, he just need that little bit. Got Ward to the bottom. That was all she wrote. If they don't wreck behind them, then I believe Corbin Hines would have this race. Kenny Real goes the victory lane tonight in Daytona. Let's see if we cannot get a word with him. Kenny Real, Garrett Jennings up here in broadcast, but you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Midnight Racing League Contender Series, when the season started then, you had one of the dominant trucks of the night. Unfortunately, it will come undone late in the going, in which will give Corey Wright the win there. Do you feel like this is redemption tonight?
Yeah, I got in that wreck. We actually saved it at the very end. It looks like I spun out, but it was because my wheel my mount came off my wheel as I was saving it. So I was dealing with that.
Fell in your lap, didn't it?
And so I ended up just spinning it out on the apron and fixed it. And at the end, the guy in front of me there, I made my way up through the field like a rocket after that. I mean, I was just taking everything that people were giving me. And made our way up to 6 on that green-white checker. And the guy in front of me had a lot of damage. And I thought it was over with. So I told him to get out of the way because I was winning it, even though... So I tell him he better get out of my way because I'm coming for it and I'm winning it. And he stayed in it, and then a wreck happened with him and the guy underneath him, and I split him mid, and from there I pushed Colton, and I knew Dylan would come up and block. They wrecked. I stayed in it till turn 3, and Dwayne went with me above Colton, and he got wrecked, and luckily just as that happened, I got clear of both lanes below me, and I was able to come down and block it, and they stayed side by side. So yeah, it was an experience there. And at the end again, my wheel came out of my mount again, crossing the line when I got wrecked at the line. So that was fun.
Well, buddy, been a trying last couple months for Jack Shack as a whole. Obviously, not going to go into detail over it, but how does it feel to be? How does it feel to bring Jack Shack to victory lane, not only at Daytona again, but to start off the first ever race in this new series? Where right now, how does it sit?
Oh, it feels good. I love having represent the Jack Shack, and all those guys over there, Trev, all those guys are really good people, and to be racing for them in here is, giving them a win's fun. Free my guy Trev, he'll be back. But yeah, I love racing with them guys on a day-to-day basis. They're just a good group of guys, and yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Kenny, real last question I got before I let you head out of here. I know it's about 2 in the morning on my side. I don't know what it's like over there, but I'll let you go celebrate this one here. Last question. Is there anybody you want to thank? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, just Trev and the Jack Shack, all them guys over there. Justin for putting on this league. He does an amazing job over here running it with all the other admins that run it. Shout out to Mark and Dwayne and his team for helping me out during the race. And shout out for you for putting on a good broadcast as always.
All right, buddy. When it's all said and run, Kenny Real returns to victory lane at Daytona. A hell of a job, buddy. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Get Corbin Hines up here. Corbin Hines, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Well, it was a very, very quiet night for the 91. Rolled off 32nd. Took a while to get to the front. What more did you need at the end?
Better luck. I gave it everything. I just needed better luck. That's it.
Well, of course, they wreck behind you coming to the line. Your help kind of goes away. At that point, are you hoping the run stays there long enough to try to get to the inside of Kenny Real? And, of course, you try to get to the inside, just wasn't enough. What was going through your mind on that final green-white checkered?
I think what was on my mind is I'm going to push Dylan as much as I can and try to. My main goal is to push him until coming out of 4, and unfortunately that didn't happen. But my goal is to just push Dylan, hopefully try to get a run coming out of 4 and try to go for the win.
Well, buddy, of course, mentioned it during the broadcast. It does not matter if it is the real Daytona or if it's the virtual Daytona. A win is a win at the World Center of Racing. How would this sit in the back of Corbin Hines' mind, knowing so close, no cigar, and where does it bring the confidence level for the rest of the season? Do you feel like we can see the 91 a postseason player?
Absolutely. As long as I can have some good luck going through all these next races, absolutely. We have a really fast car. We have a good team, so anything's possible.
Well, buddy, last question I got for you. I'll let you head out of here tonight. Imagine I'm giving out just broadcasters. I can't imagine what all y'all are like. So, my last question to you. Is there anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
I want to thank my guys at Arrow Lane that always help me, or my team. We have the neon yellow numbers at the roof of our cars, so we're all very obvious of who we're all with. And Hunty for basically rolling with us the whole time and helping out. It was a lot of fun.
All right, buddy. At the end of the night, Corbin Hines will come so close, but will have to settle for a second place run. He'll turn his attention to next Friday night for the season finale at Homestead. And I'll throw it out. Turn your sights to sofa next week as well.
Ooh, thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You too, boss. Last but not least, Colt Ward. Garrett Dreams up here. So close. No cigar. How hard was it trying to keep Kenny Real back there behind you And really, what if you could rerun that whole last lap? What would you do different?
I think I should have just went straight to that wall on the high lane. Then either he would have went low or everyone else behind him would have followed me. That's the thing I would have done different.
Well, buddy, it was a wild night, quiet night for Colt Ward up until the very end. How much did patience play a factor tonight? Didn't see a whole lot of you at the front up until the final 25 laps. How much did patience play a role? And honestly, in the middle lane, really was not a factor a lot tonight up until the very end. How difficult was it to try to make passes throughout the night along with the patience game?
I think we needed probably about 5 cars to make that high lane working, so it's pretty tough to get around people on the high side unless you have cars following you.
Well, as for tonight, it'll be a third place run, of course. Like I just told Corbin Hines, whether it's real life or virtual Daytona, a win is a win at Daytona. And it's something that sticks with you for a long time. For Colt Ward, how will you look back on tonight? And honestly, where's the confidence level as we go throughout this new series? Do you feel like we can see the 18 still competing for a championship?
Oh yeah, this was a great finish. It was because anything can happen in this race. So yeah, it was a good finish.
Well, buddy, hell of a job tonight. Last question I got before I let you head out. I know you about as tired as I am. Is there anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, and thank that group I was racing with today. Because if I didn't have them, I don't think I would have had that type of a race. I probably would have been either wrecked or just in the back.
Well, buddy, a hell of a job tonight. Look forward to seeing you. Look forward to seeing you Monday night for Inspired, and hopefully walk out with the win there. Appreciate your time. A hell of a job.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Final results for tonight will go as followed after a wild night in Daytona. This race never disappoints. At the end of it, Kenny Real, Corbin Hines, Colt Ward, Kaysen and Rooney will round out the top 5. Ryan Siebel, Mark Person, Drummond, Robbie Adams, Jesse Dawson rounds out your top 10. Brent Garber, Frank Chavez, John Border, Dylan Fink led at the line. Unfortunately, it will be a 14th place run, 4-52. Juan Cobbs Jr., Simon Lindmark, Aaron Stanton will come home 17th. Bryce Moore rounds out the top 18. On further down, Justin Raymond, Nestor Rosario, Bradley Berry, DJ Stadner, Michael Kraft, Chris Logan, Edward Kimmel, the top 25. Andrew Lotz, Mitchell Raritan, Harry Lindmark will finish 5 laps down. It will not be the weekend Harry imagined it being. Gavin Henson, Brian Conover, Kevin Allen, Gordon Gladwell, Ethan Sikorsky, Connor Leach, Isaac Smallwood, Nicholas Alozia, Corey Wright, and Jackson Hunt rounds out the 38 car field for tonight. And with that being said, pretty sure we're going to have MMS tomorrow night, live right here on the PGR Network, PGR Esports. And until then, next broadcast, Little Dog, Big Dog makes its return on Wednesday. For MMS, HGR next Thursday. And, of course, we'll be right here back with the Midnight Racing League Contender Series. And with that being said, appreciate everybody watching tonight. Congratulations again to Kenny Real. Gets the job done at Daytona. Now we'll see everybody tomorrow night for MMS. Until then, take it easy. Have a good one.